Welcome to News_24 channel. Today, we are covering the growing support for Honorable Dr. Ekimwale Babajide as Ondo Deputy Governor plus Primate Ideal's urgent warning to President Tinubu. Stay tuned for the latest on these dynamic political developments. As the newly sworn-in Governor of Ondo, Lucky Orimezon-Ayedatiwa, prepares to choose his deputy, some leaders of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in Ondo State, youths, and members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers (NURTW) are drumming in support for Honorable Dr. Ekimwale Babajide Thomas alias to fill in the position. The party leaders described Honorable Babajide, popularly known as Apita, as a strong voice for the youth in Ondo State, who also strongly supported the presidential ambitions of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu during the election campaign period. Addressing journalists in Ondo State, the immediate past councillor of Ward 8 Ondo West local government area in Ondo State, Honorable Adekono Fela, called on the governor to consider Babajide as his deputy as a way of securing the political future of the APC in Ondo State and also to solidify his mandate, especially in Ondo West, which is a major stronghold for our party during elections. Babajide is the Director General of the Coalition of Support Groups for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, COSGABAT, with over 300 support groups nationwide under his watch. Following the unfortunate loss of our great icon and leader, Governor Oluwarotimi Ekeredolu, it has become our collective responsibility to ensure that the good people of Ondo State continue to enjoy good governance without any hitches. It is to this effect that we congratulate the erstwhile Deputy Governor who has now been sworn in as Executive Governor, in the person of Governor Lucky Orimezon-Ayedatiwa. However, we must also use this medium to communicate to the governor that he must be strategic and conscientious in the selection of who will emerge as his deputy governor. Before now, we have made it known that whoever will be chosen to deputize the new governor must be selected from Ondo Town and must also be a youth who understands the dynamics of our great party and is also passionate about public service. The leader of Aena Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Ayedil, has once again urged President Bola Tinubu to solve the economic hardship facing Nigerians. Primate Ayedil made this known in a statement signed and issued by his media aide, Osho Oluwatesin, on Thursday. He warned Tinubu to treat the economic situation of the country as top priority because it keeps getting worse by the day. The prophet stated that there will be massive protests if the president doesn't solve the problems. He made it known that people are hungry and salary earners can no longer sustain themselves with what they get. He urged President Tinubu not to wait till people start stoning him and every politician before realizing that he needs to get to work. Ayedil said, if Tinubu doesn't get to work immediately and find a way to solve our economic issues, there will be massive protest. The people are crying already. Salary earners are not satisfied and it will get to a state where governors will not be able to pay salaries again. Don't wait till they start stoning you and every politician before working. You need to do something now. There is serious hunger in the land. It will also affect some African nations. The president should do the needful. It would be recalled that during the release of his 2024 prophecies, Primate Ayedil recommended 5 solutions for President Tinubu to salvage the economic situation of the country. He said, Government of Nigeria must work on 5 things in 2024 which can make the country to be great. 1. Stable light. 2. Improve security and buy more weapons. 3. Development of infrastructural facilities. 4. Agriculture, plenty of food. And 5. Create employment.
Welcome to News_24. Today, we dive into the political insights shaping Nigeria. First up, Kola Ologbodiyan discusses PDP stance on the budget. Later, Kenneth Okonkwo critiques Nyesom Wike, and we explore the call for increased funding for NIMC with Frank Taitai. Let's get started. Subscribe for more. During an interview with Arise, Kola Ologbodiyan, a representative of the People Democratic Party, PDP, asserted that had the PDP been declared the winner, the current economic situation would not exist. Kola Ologbodiyan, a member of the People Democratic Party, PDP, discussed the party's perspective on the budget during an interview with Arise. He suggested that the PDP, as a working committee, would have thoroughly reviewed the budget if they issued a position on it. Olugbodiyan stated that had the PDP won the presidential election in February, the current economic challenges would not be prevalent. He differentiated the PDP's approach from other candidates, emphasizing that not all had proposed removing subsidies, contrary to common belief. In his words, "First and foremost, I start with the issue of whether the party has sat down to look at the budget line by line. But if the party came out with a position on the budget, certainly as a working committee, they must have sat down to review the budget." Having said that, what would the PDP do differently? First and foremost, if the PDP had been declared the winner of the presidential election last February, we would not have the economic situation that we have today. He also said, "I've listened to people say that all the presidential candidates except Kwankwaso said that they were going to take out subsidies, so it would have been the same thing, but that is not correct." According to Daily Trust, Kenneth Okonkwo, a former spokesperson for the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, has attacked Nyesom Wike, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, for accepting a position under the administration of the All Progressives Congress. According to him, Wike's actions indicate that the minister's party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is no longer significant in Nigerian politics. The politician made these statements during an interview with Arise TV in response to a comment made by Peter Obi, the Liberian presidential contender for the general elections of 2023. In his own words, Kenneth Okonkwo said, "To be completely honest, the PDP does not exist in Nigerian politics. For example, let us consider what is occurring within the PDP. A PDP presidential candidate named Wike, who finished first in the party's presidential primary and swore he would never defect, is currently serving as a minister in the APC, indicating that the PDP has completely merged with the APC. It is time for Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to make a substantial increase to the funds allocated to the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, the government agency overseeing the country's legal and digital identity program," a civil society organization says. In a press conference late last month in Abuja, the CEO of the Citizens Advocacy for Social and Economic Rights, CASA, Frank Taitai, said increasing the NIMC budget will enable the agency better execute its digital ID issuance mission, which is crucial for Nigeria's socio-economic planning and development, reports the cable. Nigeria's digital ID program has funding from a number of multilateral partners, including the World Bank under the Identification for Development (ID4D) initiative, which supports identity projects in developing countries. Taitai hailed the role of the NIMC in the collection, streamlining and management of identity data, adding that if well funded, the body will be able to make reliable data available for all government agencies that require it for authentication and verification purposes. The availability of reliable identity data, he underlined, will make life better for the Nigerian citizen and make it possible for both government and international development partners to have correct data to assess for planning and execution of policies and programs. The CASA CEO also had kind words for the new NIMC Director General, Abasa Kokorodesot, lauding some of her innovations, such as the introduction of the One Card, a policy intended to facilitate ID verification for government services and financial inclusion. The official said the innovation will not only streamline ID verification, but will also assist in the allocation of state resources as well as in the fight against insecurity currently rocking many parts of the country. The call from CASA for Nigeria to allocate more resources to the NIMC comes just months after the immediate past CEO of the ID Issuing Authority, Aliyu Aziz, made a similar suggestion. Aziz posited last October that with adequate funding, Nigeria will be able to open enrollment centers in each LGA, provide adequate power to all centers for effective enrollment, print and deliver all current outstanding cards, and deploy full verification and authentication infrastructure and services nationwide to enable government agencies and businesses to verify individuals' identities. Nigeria has enrolled more than 104 million citizens in its digital ID database as of the close of 2023, and looks forward to meeting a World Bank target of 148 million registrations sometime this year.